Hi everyone, my name is Haylley Pittam and with me is Caroline Crowe, the Aqua Zumba specialist for the UK. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
Yeah, all good. So, we are going to talk about Aqua Zumba. How did you first get into Aqua Zumba?
So I first came across Aqua Zumba. I've been teaching Zumba for about 2 years, and I heard that they were going to launch an Aqua program. And before even joining Zumba, I taught Aqua Fitness for at least probably 3 or 4 years. And I thought, yeah, there's no way this is going to work. How on earth are you going to put a dance program in the water?
Yes.
And I remember sitting through the first training many years ago, just over 10 years ago. And I suddenly realized actually this did work. And if it was done in the right way, rather than just dropping dance steps into the pool, if the things were properly modified, then actually it was really fun. And before Zumba, I'd worked teaching aqua fitness and I'd had music on, and you're working to your beats per minute and going, if you want to work a bit faster or want to work a bit slower, and working to the beat, your class plod along. Whereas Aqua Zumba, we were dancing to the music. So my goodness, I got out of the pool and I was exhausted because the music had been driving me to possibly, I think, work harder than I had in any of the regular aqua classes I'd done.
Yeah.
So I realized actually, this program was going to maybe shake up the pool a bit, give people an opportunity to try something that they may have just thought of as the crazy thing that happened in the studio, and find it was a fun format for them to do.
Fantastic. So you were teaching land Zumba beforehand?
Yes.
And how many years have you been teaching the just general fitness? How long have you been in the industry?
So I've been in the fitness industry now 18, 19 years. And I've been teaching Zumba, I've been a Zumba education specialist for 11 years
wow.
now.
Yeah.
So a long time.
We have been to several aqua fitness conventions, meeting up at these aqua fitness conventions. Mm-hmm. And how do you find the Aqua Zumba is responsive within the aqua community? Is it thriving? Does it have a good buzz?
I think, certainly from our experience internationally, you and I both know that kind of, you say aqua fitness in the UK and you get maybe 1 or 2 classes on the timetable a week and it is just aqua fitness.
Yeah.
But out there are so many aqua programs and so many aqua formats that our participants might not ever see. There's stuff with plenty of different equipment, and I think a lot of pools would love to have that, but the cost of investing in equipment is something that they don't have the money for. So programs like Aqua Zumba, with the branding that Zumba has and the pull that Z word has, you say you're going to do an aqua version of it, and actually venues go, this could be a good program for us to try, because that's going to bring people into the pool out of curiosity. It's not costing us anything for equipment. So I've seen actually places have taken on Aqua Zumba as another class rather than just aqua fit. And it is growing. It's growing. People are enjoying the format, enjoying it being a little bit different, rather than just the normal aqua fit classes. It is different. It is the crazy in the pool.
There always seems to be a lot of whoops and a bit of the cheers and the woo. So yeah, you always know when an Aqua Zumba class is going on.
Yeah, the swimmers will look up and go, what's that?
Okay, so what were you doing before you came into the fitness industry? What kind of job did you have back then?
So I trained and worked as an actor, as a performer, as a dancer for a long time before coming into the fitness world. And I used to teach exercise when I was resting, unemployed, between shows and things. And it was kind of my resting job. And I taught Pilates, and I taught aqua, and I taught dance as well. And then I went to a Zumba class as a participant and just fell in love with the format. And the instructor said to me, had I thought about teaching it? And I said, well, okay, it's not the thing I can do when I'm not working. And so I started teaching Zumba and just fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it. It wasn't just the feeling it gave me, but it was seeing the reaction of the participants. And I think that's what's driven me forward to kind of move out of the theatre industry and into the fitness industry. I think if you can make a connection with the people in front of you and you can see the benefit that you as an instructor are giving that person, then it's priceless.
Oh,
really is.
fantastic. Yeah, no, completely. I mean, obviously in the theatre, you're expecting that big cheer and the round of applause at the end of a performance. And we kind of get that cheer and clap at the end of the aqua class as well.
Yeah, yeah, we do. It's a different thing though, because when you're performing, they just sit there and they watch you, and they kind of, oh, very well done. But when you're teaching and you're instructing something, they're almost part of the performance with you. You have to kind of pull them in and motivate them to do the work. So I think there is a certain amount of performance in it, but it's kind of bringing them into it to make them work hard and motivating them as well.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say would be your biggest challenge you faced within coming into the aqua side of Zumba?
I think it's changing the mentality. I think very much we have a mentality in this country that aquatic fitness is still for the people who can't. Oh, you can't do land fitness, so you need to go and exercise in the pool. Wrong. The people who understand the water, who know the benefits of working out in the water, love it. And I think if we can change the mentality of people in the gyms and the studios going, oh no, I won't try an aqua class, it's going to be too easy for me.
Yeah.
You just come in and you try it and you tell me if that's easy. Because if you know how to use the water, you'll know it's a fabulous place and a safe place and a really effective place to work.
Oh, completely. Yes, I completely agree with you there. With different pieces of equipment, I know that obviously Aqua Zumba doesn't use any piece of equipment, but as you were previously teaching aqua beforehand as well, do you teach any just normal aqua classes?
Yeah. I still teach. I teach 2 back-to-back aqua classes on a Monday morning, which are packed. And every week I try and make it something different, because I think monotony is the worst thing you can put into fitness and exercise. If it becomes the same and the same and the same, people aren't going to do it.
Yeah.
So my Monday morning class is kind of every week I do something a bit different. So I might use noodles one week, I might use mitts, I might do deep water, I might do more of a combat. So every week I try something a bit different with them.
Yeah, fab.
So
what's your favorite piece of equipment to use?
Going old school, I do love a noodle. I love a noodle. Oh my goodness. And my mum comes to my classes, and if I don't bring out the noodles, then that's it.
Oh, we all have that. We all have that, you know, that kind of moment of, are we not having them today?
Where's the equipment? It's when you go on holiday and you see them on the pool side and you go, I'm going to do an aqua class, and they bring them out and they're waving them above their heads. What is the point of that?
Yeah.
What is the point of waving this wonderful piece of equipment in the air? Put it in the water. Love it.
Yeah, no, I said exact same thing. Noodles are one of my favourite pieces of tools. I don't think that we've found a limit yet to what we can do with them. There's so much there's versatile with them.
Yeah.
So with obviously being the Aqua Zumba lady for the UK, what are the courses or training that you do for the Aqua Zumba?
So Aqua Zumba is kind of a continuation of the Zumba brand. So in order to take the Aqua Zumba training, you have to be an existing Zumba instructor. And basically it's a continuation of that. We say, okay, well, in your basic Zumba training, you learnt the dance styles. Right, now in our Aqua training, let's take that knowledge you already have of things like merengue, salsa, and say, okay, how do we apply them to the water so that they are effective? How do we use those elements of aquatic fitness? How do we use our drag variations? How do we use our impact variations? How do we make this class that is so fabulous on land be really fabulous in the pool and give our participants a great workout as well? So we add all of that education in to make sure it's a really effective training course, and the participants, the instructors, get lots and lots out of it.
How many days is it, or how does the course set up? Just one day?
Just one day, yes. And you get a certificate of completion and a license to teach the Aqua Fitness brand afterwards.
Yeah, and then the leisure centre is able to then put on the classes and promote it for you.
Yeah, so for leisure centres, they don't have to pay any sort of licence fee, because you as the instructor are the licence fee. If you are licensed to teach any Zumba programme, it costs them nothing. As long as they hire you, they're good to go.
Awesome. So then the timetable looks a little bit more varied than just saying aqua.
Exactly.
Which we know happens. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's a question then. What do you think has been the biggest difference to your journey throughout the years of teaching? What have you noticed within the industry that's changed or not changed?
Good question. I think the industry has changed in the sense that when I first joined the industry, it was very much led by the instructor, and the instructor taught their class format. Then a few years after I'd started teaching, everything became pre-choreographed, and you learnt that, you taught that. That's what every class was like everywhere. And the actual skill of being an instructor, looking at the people in front of you and going, what do they need? What do these people need today from me as an instructor? That kind of vanished.
I noticed that at that time as well. Yeah.
And I think now it's coming back again, and it is something a lot of new instructors are really struggling with. But it's something that our industry really needs, because the only way we're going to help our participants become successful is by looking at them, by watching them, and by deciding, as an instructor with skills and knowledge, what does that person need?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of the journey that I've seen the fitness industry go through, and it's been a real challenge, but it's been interesting to see, and it is something I'm passionate about. I'm an educator like you. You know, you look at the people and you go, what do you need? What can I give you that's going to help you be successful? So I'm seeing a lot more of that now coming back into other classes and other programs. And
are you doing any one-to-one, or are you just doing groups?
For Aqua, I just do groups, but I'm also a personal trainer, so I do PT throughout the week as well, just not in the pool. Yeah. I don't have access to a pool, sadly.
How many classes do you teach a week then?
I teach 6 classes a week. As well as that, I do a lot of personal training, and I also run training courses for Zumba at the weekends.
And you have a little one to look after, so you can't
I do have a 2-year-old to look after.
Yeah. That's a job in itself.
That's a workout in itself. Yeah,
definitely. So Linda has a question that she stumped me on the other day, and I thought, you know what, I'll use this question as well. If when you retire, what would you like to be remembered for within the aqua industry? I honestly was like, but I'm going to give you that question as well.
I'd like to know when she thinks we're all going to retire, because I am going to keep going forever.
Yeah.
What I like to be remembered for? I'd like to be remembered as an instructor who made fitness accessible, both in terms of being an educator to instructors, and as an instructor to my participants, because I think if you don't understand something, you don't enjoy it, you won't do it. So I want to be remembered for someone who helped bridge that, who made education interesting, fun, and teaching accessible, and being a participant enjoyable as well.
Oh, fantastic. No, I love that all. I love that all. I genuinely had that moment of going, when I retire, I'm probably not going to be retiring until I'm like 75. Maybe even
a lot soon, early then.
But there's that fantastic, I think there's a male and a female instructor that are in their like 80s, 90s. There's one guy that's in Australia, and he's 90 teaching aqua aerobics. It's fantastic. And so when she said retire, I was like, I don't think I will be.
I have people who always message me and say, am I too old to become an instructor? I'm like, no, if you can physically do it, go for it. What's holding you back?
Yeah, I remember as well. Yeah, I remember as well being I think a tutor. I was tutoring, and someone on the course walked in and went, so I'm going to be your oldest person you've ever taught ever. And I went,
heard that one.
Okay, how old are you? Obviously you don't want to ask someone their age. And she was like, I'm 50. I was like, actually no, you're not the oldest person that I've taught.
Nowhere near, love.
But I also hear the comment of, well, I've decided to retire from teaching studio classes, so I've decided to come and rest my body teaching on the poolside. And I think, how are you retiring? This is harder. We've got more work on the poolside. We're in a hotter environment. We've got concrete floor. So yeah, it's a whole different ball game, isn't it?
Oh, completely.
So with your new students, and if we have any new instructors coming through watching this, what piece of advice would you give them in the aqua world?
Get in the water and practice. because that was the best advice I was ever given. It's true. If you don't understand the equipment you're using, you are going to be a shocking instructor. How would you ever teach step without practicing with a step? How would you teach weights without practicing with weights? If you are teaching aqua, you have to get in the water and practice and understand the equipment you're using, i.e. water.
Fantastic. Okay, well, on that note, I think we'll say goodbye. And it's been an absolutely lovely chatting with you, Caroline.
Oh, thanks for calling me.
And I'm sure we'll do this again sometime.
That would be fantastic. It would be great.
So have a nice evening, and I will see you soon. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.